Now we are going to discuss about patterns. Okay. So what do you mean by pattern, children? Something which forms a figure or a shape. They are called as pattern. It can basically be a design or it can form some basic shapes. Okay. So now the third one which we are going to learn is the pattern. Okay. And in pattern we have got the types too. The first one is called as the repeating pattern. So what do you mean by the term repeating pattern, children? The name repeat itself says that something is getting repeated again and again. Okay. Now, if for example, if I draw a circle, then I draw a square, I draw a triangle, again I draw a circle, a square, a triangle, then circle, and suppose if I ask you to fill in the blanks, what will you do here? So, you will see what is the first figure, right? The first figure is the circle. Then what is the second figure? It is a square, right? So, the second figure, which means that here also it should be a square. The third figure, it's a triangle. Here also it's a triangle. So, which means the third one should be a triangle as well. Okay. So, repeating pattern is something where some of the shapes get repeated after a particular period. Here in this case, the first figure is getting repeated after the third number. Okay. Can you notice here? So, this is an example of a repeating pattern. Okay. The next one is called as the increasing pattern. So, as the name suggests that the pattern given keeps on increasing by its number. Say for example, I draw here one square. Okay. The second one, I draw two squares. The third one, I draw three squares. And say I give you a dash, a dash. So, what will come here? So, the first one was 1, then 2, then 3. So, here there will be 4 squares, right? And then here it will be 5 squares. And the sequence continues. Okay. So, this is your increasing pattern. Now, the next one is the opposite of increasing. What is the opposite of increasing? Very good. It is decreasing. So, it means that it goes in the reverse direction. In increasing, we saw that it is going in the forward direction. Here, it will be going in a backward direction. Say, now, here I take a triangle. Okay. So, say it is 4. So, the next one which I draw here will be 3. Then I draw 2. Then 1. So, this is a decreasing pattern where the number given first is of the higher value, and as it proceeds, the sequence deteriorates. The number of the figures in the given diagram reduces. Clear? The next one which we will be seeing here is increasing and repeating. Okay. So, here it is a combination of 1 and 2. Okay. Say for example, this 1, 2, 3, 4. So, here it is an example of increasing. Now, 5, 6, and you need to fill the remaining. So, what will you do here? So, this same figure is getting repeated, right? The first one came in the 5th position. Second one came in the very good 6th position. So, the third one will come in the 7th position. and the fourth one will come in the 8th position. So this is an example of increasing and repeating. Okay. The next one which we will be having is decreasing and repeating. Okay. So the next one which we are going to see is decreasing and repeating. That is, it is the combination of the first one and the third one. Just the opposite of what we saw right now. So decreasing and repeating. Okay. So if I take the same example here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then again 5, 6, and you need to complete the remaining. So this is an example of decreasing, right? The first it has got 8 lines, then it became 6, then it became 4, 2, and then it's a single line, right? Again, the first is repeated in the 5th, second is repeated in the 6th, then third will be repeated in the 7th one, and the fourth will be repeated in the 8th one. So it is just the opposite of the increasing and repeating. Clear? So the next one is the pattern changing. The 6th one which we are going to see is called as pattern changing. So what do you mean by pattern change, children? Say now, I take a circle, okay, and I shade this part. Okay. The next one, I draw a circle and I shade this part. The third one, I draw a circle, I shade this part. The fourth one, I shade this part. So what did you observe here, children? That the shaded part's position is changing, right? First it was towards your right hand side top, then it came down, it came towards the left hand side bottom, and then it came to the left hand side top. So again, what will be the fifth one then? Very good, it will be the first one again. So we will shade here. The next one we will shade here. The next one we will shade here. And the last one we will shade towards the top. So this is called as the pattern change. Did you understand? So did you notice the various types of patterns which we have seen? The first one was the repeating pattern. Then we saw the increasing pattern, decreasing pattern, increasing and repeating. Then we saw decreasing with repeating, and the last one we saw the pattern change. So these are the variety of questions which we can come across while solving the exercises. Okay.